going on, everybody? And we're back to another Taylor Brothers video. And today, I have for you another review. And as you can tell from the title, I will not be doing an animation or cartoon. Today, I'll be talking about Wonder Woman, 1984. And I just want to say that from the jump that I was disappointed in Wonder Woman 1984. The reason why I was disappointed because after seeing the first Wonder Woman, I loved the first Wonder Woman a lot. I really like that. Of all the DC movies that have come out so far, the first Wonder Woman that came out, I loved it. I liked the action. I feel like the storyline is really good, and just overall, I think it's a well put together movie. Now, the reason why I have issues with 1984 is because for me, I felt like it was too slow. I feel at the beginning of the movie, it started off real nice and cool. It gave a little backstory into basically the whole premise of the whole movie, which if you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry. It's not super crazy spoiler, but it's about truth. And of course, any superhero, you want to kind of tell the truth. So basically the whole premise of this movie is about telling the truth. So what we kind of see in the beginning is just little Wonder Woman kind of running around like all the big Amazonian ladies, just running around through this whole like obstacle course kind of type, decathlon type thing where they kind of ride horses, shoot arrows, throw like javelin and stuff like that. All that kind of stuff like that. And that part, I enjoy. I love that part of the movie. But after that point on, it was kind of dry to me. I was just kind of like, I guess. But the reason why I feel like for me the movie was just kind of because I'm an action person. I really love action. I like fighting scenes and all that stuff. I love it. And I guess it's part of the reason why I like the first one so well. I feel like it had enough action in there, but also enough storyline for me to kind of still stay invested in the story. So I just feel like in this first one, there's too much just dialogue for me. It's just too much talking. It's too much back and forth with characters. I just wish there was just a bit more action in it. At least for me. In my opinion, I feel like there was more action. That's not to say that you shouldn't go see it. I'm a different person. I prefer action movies, but if you're more of a dialogue and story oriented type person, then for sure, go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to discourage you from watching it. I just think you should watch it, make your own opinions, and get your own decisions off of it. Another thing that I found was kind of lackluster for me was the villain. The villain in the last movie, because I'm kind of like a detective, I kind of knew who the villain was to begin with, but when the villain was finally revealed, that villain was tough. Like, it was like a doomsday type fight type thing. It was crazy. It was nice fighting scene. But for this one, there's, I guess, a villain and then like a sub-villain below it. But the one, if you guys are into the comics, you kind of know of one of the villains that are in there. Sub-villains, which is Cheetah, which is a villain that's kind of created through a whole bunch of things throughout the comic books, if you know what I'm talking about. And that's probably the best part for me is kind of that fight scene between Wonder Woman and Cheetah and how they were fighting. And that's really about it. The main bad guy who basically found this rock that can basically grant any type of wish. And I guess the villain's main goal was for everybody to have their wish. I guess it was planted in good thoughts, but the end results is, it wasn't the right way to go about it. I mean, you know how many people would have died just because they got water splashed on them, something like that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine for any petty thing, somebody would just be dying of it? So that wasn't the way to go about it. And I just felt like the villain was just not. Wonder Woman 84 was just not it for me. All right, it just wasn't it for me. It was just too slow, too much dialogue, and not enough fighting, basically. All right. The rating I will give it around, for me personally, was a 6. I'm sorry. I know it might seem kind of low for those who feel different ways, but for me, it was a 6. Just not enough action for me. So there's that. But anyway, for anybody who has seen it, let me know your thought process on it. Like I said, prefer action movies. If you have a different type of thoughts on it, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, if you enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next one. Much love.